is An.
Hello, I'm Ed.
We wanted to share this video to share some tips of what we learned on a recent trip to Japan, September of this year. So let's get started.
Yeah.
So the first thing we would like you to know about planning your trip to Japan is what months are you wanting to plan? What months are you planning to go in Japan? Because not all months are pleasant to go. So you would want to go. Uh, there's two peak seasons. So there's the first peak season is between March and May, and during that time, around March and April is when you see the cherry blossom. So that is one of the more popular months to go. And then the other group of months is between October and November, which is the fall season in Japan, which is nicer weather to go during that time. So, but if you plan to go on these during these peak seasons, you expect to pay more. When we went in September, which is the off season, so it was cheaper to go there. We actually flew United direct. We went from Houston to Narita Airport in Tokyo, and that was about $800. So if you were to fly in peak season, expect more around a thousand or more.
Yes.
And the flight was about 13 hours direct. So if you choose other like additional stops, expect longer
Yeah.
flight times.
And honestly, that's one of the better flights because you don't have any connections. It just takes you straight from Houston to Tokyo. It's 13 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to go in other cities of Japan, there's always the bullet train. So once you're in Tokyo, you can pretty much get to any other city in Japan easily
Mm-hmm.
via the bullet train.
Yes, and before you go to Japan, there are other things you also want to obtain. So one is the Suica, and you can obtain that in two ways. So if you have an iPhone, you can upload it on your iPhone, and you can just put reload it on your iPhone itself using your debit card or your credit card. But just keep in mind that sometimes it might not take the debit or credit card, so just use multiple ones to see which one takes. The other, if you're an Android user, unfortunately, there you cannot upload Suica to your phone or to your wallet, basically, and you would have to actually get a physical card when you arrive in Japan when you are in one of the subway stations. The Suica is actually very convenient. It's one of the more common payments in Japan. You can use it at a convenience store, and you can use it on the subways and buses in Japan. So it's very useful payment system. So make sure you have that.
The Android does allow you to download a Suica application, but that Suica app is just to check the balance on your card. So you actually need to get the physical card, and then you can put your physical card against the phone using the Suica app, and it will
Mhm.
tell you how much your balance is that you have left.
Mm-hmm. And if you were to reload it, you would actually have to reload it at one of the train stations. They have
Yeah.
recharge machines for you to recharge your physical Suica. And another thing to make sure you have also in hand when you go to Japan is eSIM.
Mhm.
So you can use your phone to go around Japan. So with the eSIM that we use is HoloFly. One of the things that you want to make sure when you use the eSIM is that you activate the eSIM in Japan.
That's
When
cool.
I activated it before in the US, and then when I went arrived in Japan, unfortunately the eSIM didn't work. So make sure when you activate eSIM, you activate it in Japan.
Yeah, you can select the number of days you want to have your eSIM, and
Mm-hmm.
then it pens activation. So do not activate it until you're actually in the Narita Airport in
So
Japan
you
or
can buy it. You can buy it and purchase it, but
ahead of time. Yeah,
ahead of time. But don't activate it until you get to the country.
yeah,
And then the other thing to also make sure you do before you arrive in Japan is uh, go to visitjapan.com to do the registration and customs, and that would basically hasten the security and customs when you arrive in Japan. And you just make sure you download the QR code and take a screenshot of it before you arrive in Japan. That definitely made our arrival much smoother when we arrived.
for sure.
Yeah, and then also, um, when you get to Japan, there's other forms of payments I had mentioned earlier. Suica is one of the primary payments that you use in Japan, but you also would want to keep some cash on hand
Mhm.
in yen because there are a lot of local stalls. Um,
Particularly, we go, for example, to Mount Fuji or some of the outskirts of Kyoto,
or at the markets, like
or at the
Nishiki
markets,
Market or Tsukiji Market, they most likely will want cash,
cash. No.
and so you won't want that on hand when you go there.
And it is best to get it at a 7-Eleven or
At a convenience
Lawson
store, yeah,
convenience store.
in Japan.
In Japan, the airport, you're gonna get the worst rate.
Yeah,
So,
the convenience stores have a better exchange rate than the airport.
for sure.
Hmm. And the other payments that they will accept is your electronic payments like your Apple Pay or Samsung Pay. Um, those we've noticed that they take it at convenience stores,
Hmm.
um, and some stalls too. So just ask what payments they accept when you go to these establishments.
Right. A lot of people speak English in Tokyo. You'd be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can point to things.
Or you can point to things or use the Google Translate. Uh, you can put it in conversation mode, and then you can
Yeah.
say what you want in English and then have it translate in Japanese, and they'll be able to understand you.
Yeah, so that was very useful. Google Translate helped us communicate with the locals. And other apps that's useful when you go to Japan or um, there's an app called Google Maps that helps with navigating the subway station and just walking around Japan itself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive when you set it to use the transportation system, because it usually defaults to when you have a car, but when you set it to use the transportation system, it'll give you different routes with the trains that you need to take,
Mhm.
lines, etc.
It
Uh,
even tells you the exit that you want to take to get
yes,
to your destination. So that's how we found that very helpful.
and then there was that app that you used for booking
Oh
your.
yes, so
Mhm.
I booked a cultural experience. We wore the Japan yukatas and kimonos, and when we went to Sensoji Temple, downloaded an app called Klook to purchase the experience, and they have discounts there, so you can save some money when you download that app. Um, it also has you can also reserve your Shinkansen on the
Mhm.
Klook too, so that's very convenient. The only thing that you want to just keep in mind that it does have convenience fees, so it's more expensive than if you were to book it at the physical station in the on the subways.
Yeah, definitely. When you buy the tickets at the for the bullet train, buying them in the station itself usually ends up being the cheaper option, and
Mm-hmm.
it's also good to keep in mind that you have to reserve your seats if you want to ensure that you're traveling sitting down comfortable and with a little tabletop available to you, like because the trip on the Shinkansen can take around 3 hours, for example,
Mm-hmm.
from Tokyo to Kyoto, which is the one we did, and it can get very boring if you're having to stand up the whole way and
And very
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
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 So, and if you're carrying oversized luggage, then you want to make sure that you reserve a seat that has a space for oversized luggage. Um,
Mhm.
because otherwise you might not be able to actually take your luggage in the train.
Mhm. So you have to book a reserved seat for oversized bags. So yeah, to avoid standing, make sure you reserve your seat on the Shinkansen. Uh,
There are some, if you're not carrying any particularly large bags, if they kind of can fit in the overhead compartment of your plane, then you don't have an oversized luggage. You can
mhm.
easily put it on the overhead compartment of the bullet train as well.
Mhm.
So you
So
won't.
yeah, sometimes it's better to pack light, and so that you don't have to pay the additional fee for the reserved seats. But again, like I said, you don't want to run the risk of standing. For the most of the trip, you might want to reserve that seat.
Yeah.
And just since then, we're touching on the Shinkansen. Other things that we learned about the Shinkansen is that they are definitely always pretty much on time. So
Mm-hmm.
you only have 1 minute to get on and 1 minute to get off.
Yeah.
So they're very punctual. We do suggest going to the destination, the cart, and the seat. Um, you know, be 30 minutes prior to when you depart to make sure that you get on the Shinkansen
Mostly just to give yourself time
to find it because it
find it.
the stations, especially Tokyo main station, if you take the Tokyo main station, the Shinkansen, it's a big station, so you can get lost. So you
Yeah.
do have to a lot more time
Mm-hmm.
in case that happens.
Yeah, and the ticket is it's not a cheap ticket. It's
Yeah,
around.
so it's about $100 per person.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure that you get on the train, when it
Yeah.
arrives. Hmm. And
Mm.
so there are two main stations that you can take the Shinkansen in Tokyo because that's where we departed from. It'll be, like I said, mentioned Tokyo Main Station, and the other station is Shinagawa Station, which is our station. And Shinagawa Station is a smaller station, but it's still you still can get lost. So make sure again make some room to find the station, and so that you get there on time.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and whenever you book the Shinkansen, just try to pick one place to travel. Like so, Japan has a lot of areas to visit. Tokyo is where we stayed initially, and
Mm.
so when we were planning the trip, we were just focusing on one area. So we went to Kyoto to for the Shinkansen. So because like I said earlier, the Shinkansen is expensive, so you can book the round trip ticket to Kyoto, and then when you get to arrive to Kyoto, if you want to go to Osaka or Nara, you can take the local trains, which are much cheaper to those areas, and that way you can save some money.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
What else do you want to go over?
So the other things that you want to also also mention about the trip is that you have to also have some etiquette, learn some etiquette on the trip. So especially when you're on the train, you want to make sure that you speak very softly because the Japanese people are more soft-spoken people. So try to talk softly when you are on the train. When you're on the escalator, just watch what the locals do. Some they reserve one side of the escalator, the right or the left, to um, walk up, and then the other one just to stand in place. So just follow them so that you can follow the etiquette there. It also helps to learn a couple phrases, um, Japanese phrases to help you communicate with the locals because they do really appreciate that. Some
Mm-hmm.
of the phrases that we commonly use For example, is one would be suimasen, which is excuse me or sorry, and that you'll use that a lot when you go around Japan, especially when you want to ask a question. You would preface it with saying suimasen, and then you ask your question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other phrases is arigato gozaimasu. It's just thank you,
An arigato for short because
or arigato for short. Yeah.
yeah,
Or if you want to find places,
is doku desu ka? Doku desu ka means where is it? And then you put in whatever you want
In
to
the front.
find in the front. So if you want to find the bathroom, then it's oterai wa doku desu ka?
Exactly.
And station, then eki wa doku desu ka? Where's the station?
Where's the station? Yeah.
Yeah, those are
And
just
we
some
found that
examples.
just knowing those few phrases, I think the locals really appreciate that, and they're friendlier to you. So that helps with your travels.
For sure. Yeah, other than that, I think we can also mention some of our hotels that
We stayed at.
we stayed at.
Speaking of hotels, we do recommend try to stay in hotels close to the train stations.
Yeah.
Especially if you bring a lot of luggage, it does it is inconvenient if you book a hotel away from the train station. So just because that's a lot of walking and dragging your oversized luggage. So if you do carry a lot of luggage, we do recommend staying in hotels near the train stations. Not only for convenience, but also especially if you go to Kyoto station, there's a lot of food available. Actually, there's a lot of food available in all those subway stations.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. The first ones I would mention when we were in Tokyo, we stayed at the Grand Prince Hotel, and that one is around 10 to 15 minutes away from the station, but it has a shuttle which makes the commute to the station and back to the hotel a lot shorter. It only takes like 3 minutes,
right,
or less.
But the shuttle is a complimentary shuttle for the guests. So one of the things you want to make sure though is you want to get there during the time of operation. Normally, I think it's from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 9:20 p.m. So and just make sure you arrive between that time so you get on the shuttle.
Or you can just walk if you arrive afterwards. But
right.
Hopefully, you're not carrying anything too heavy.
Yeah. So you have options.
For sure. And then it's also a good idea to check the weather when you're in Tokyo because it rains a lot, or at least during the time we went there, it rained a lot. And the hotel had some umbrellas for rental, and all you do is you just rent the umbrella, and you take it wherever you need to go. And if it rains, you can easily use it. You don't have to wait until the rain stops.
Yeah, it's offered in
a lot of hotels.
At the Kyoto Hotel Visual. So that was one hotel that offered the free rental of umbrellas.
As well as the Grand Prince as well. They also offered it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they had those umbrellas too available. I think we just didn't see them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And then so we also stayed at the Hotel Visual in Kyoto, like I mentioned earlier. That one had a lot of things that were included that we weren't aware of. So it was very a pleasant surprise. They had a lounge where they served free water, and they also had free coffee, and they also even had matcha cafe latte, which we drank a lot of.
Yeah, their lounge, they don't explicitly say it on their listing, which we were pleasantly surprised to find that they had that lounge with that option. Yeah, so if you like having coffee any time of the day, and you want it just around in your hotel, that was a great option.
And then they also had a complimentary onsen and sauna at the Hotel Visual, which was nice. Eduardo was able to take part in that, and it was. You said the facility was nice inside the onsen and the
Yeah,
sauna was
it was
clean.
very clean. It was
Mm-hmm.
very nice. It
That's
was
good. Mm-hmm.
what I did. We did stay at another hotel that had an onsen. It was the
Was the Royal
Royale in Nara, the
Hotel?
Grand Royale in Nara.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely wasn't as clean as or as nice as the one in Visio. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, if I were to recommend a hotel, it would be the Visio via the Grand Via
Yep.
that's in Kyoto Station. And also to add to that, another advantage of the hotel is that it is very close to the Kyoto Station.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a 2 or 3 minute walk there,
Mm-hmm.
and Kyoto Station has lots of food options. They
Yes, they
have
do.
they even have I think you can go underground or
Mm-hmm.
that one underground you can take an elevator underground, and there's even more food options out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So it's good to book a hotel near the station. And
Hmm.
then we also stayed at the JW Marriott
In Nara.
in Nara. That was a very nice stay as well. They had a lounge that really provided all the food like
The entire day.
throughout the whole day.
They have a breakfast, an afternoon tea, and a
A
dinner
cocktail
and a cocktail after
hours.
the hours. And honestly, those are all three meals. The afternoon tea, it's not an afternoon tea. It's more like a lunch. They had so
They
many
had
options
a lot of options, and
that
we weren't ever hungry.
yeah, we didn't have to really eat outside of the hotel during that
No,
time.
yeah, and the service was really good, very exceptional at the
Absolutely.
JW Marriott. We also had a lot of food at the Westin in Tokyo.
Yes, that's another
That was
good hotel.
another good hotel to stay in Tokyo. We just didn't know that they also offered afternoon tea as well.
That's right, but you do need to have lounge access for these hotels in order to partake
Mm-hmm.
in the food.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, you won't be able to partake in it. So you have to have lounge access.
Exactly. That's the only caveat with that.
Yeah.
And with the JW, with the Westin, we actually were able to book a airport limousine to take us directly to Narita Airport. So that was convenient, especially with our heavy luggage that we had. It was about the same price as the Narita Express that you can take at the main station or Shinagawa station, but um, the difference is you don't have to lug your luggage around to those stations to get to the airport. You just load the luggage up and they take you to the airport directly. So that was nice.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Just makes it a lot easier. You don't have to worry about connecting trains or being in time for. Well, you do have to be in time for the limousine bus for sure.
Yeah.
Don't want to miss it.
Yep.
But yeah. Um, anything else you to mention or?
I think that's all that I have in terms of tips.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's all for myself for now. But we'll definitely make some more videos, describing
about different things that we learned in Japan, and we'll share that with you. So, thank you for watching our video, and we'll see you next time.
For sure.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.